Would there be a future with Steve and Journey? I don't know. Hello, everybody. It's Gary Stuckey with Steve Perry News and Journey News, I guess you could say. Uh, People have been asking me my take on the lawsuit filed by Steve Perry against Journey recently. And I've been thinking about it, been thinking about what to say. It's been everywhere. If you haven't heard about it, I'll be sharing some of that with you. But it's in all the rock magazines and articles online, and you've seen it posted. I think Neil has commented on some things, cleared up some things. The sad thing is, though, if you're a fan of both of the guys, Steve and Neil and Journey, it's hard because you have to, you know, you don't choose sides. You're neutral in that. And sometimes it's hard to be neutral when you have people that are kind of saying this and saying that, kind of tugging this way and tugging that way. And I haven't really scripted this. I just coming from my heart. But you love the memories of Journey. You love the fact they've been around for all these years and they've been successful and popular. And even Neil would tell you that they became popular really because of Steve Perry, right? And that's just the truth. You can't deny that fact. So when they had lawsuits, for the past 20 something years back and forth, when Steve left the band, there's been things going on we don't know all about. But when it makes the papers and it makes the news and you find out all the stuff, and there's always more stuff that we don't know about. But it brings out everything. It brings out the hurt and I don't know, the feud almost between people that you care about. And if you're like me, you're doing a Steve Perry and Journey video channel, you don't want to say anything against this guy or that guy because there's fans on both sides. But the fact is, the ones that get hurt the most to me in a situation like this are the fans. Because the fans, and this is true too, I love all the guys in Journey, past and present. But the fans are the ones that have been there supporting all of them for all these years. The fans are the ones that would like to see a reunion with Steve. Maybe some don't, but that's a big deal. That's what I've been talking about for a while. The fans are heartbroken when they see these articles and these lawsuits and this. They're wondering, why can't they get along? Why can't they work everything out? And you know that the guys, they don't need the money. And that's been stated a bunch of times, even recently. So it has to do, with what's right. And the thing is, what is right. And see, we can't really judge. There's a lot of people online judging. A lot of people point fingers and they'll take Steve's side and rip on Neil, but then they'll take Neil's side, rip on Steve, and it's just, and you're going through there and you're try to look at everything from I don't know, just trying to be biased on everything. And the bottom line is Neil wanted to have the trademark because it was just sitting there on a shelf and anybody could use it. He had a good point there. Nobody was trademarking the name Journey. But then you got all this legal stuff, and Steve, and his lawyers have straightened it out. It's been going on for years about how the name Journey and just the brand Journey is tied in, and they deserve to get money on songs or merchandise. And maybe in this case, I know that Neil and John, they had their rights. They sold their rights. So, and I know Neil is saying that it's not about the songs It's really about the brand. But then that goes back to that legal thing. You just have to search that out and see everything about that, because there's a lot of legal things going on, and they're really specific on things. Bottom line is, anything Journey related, I think Steve has got his name in there, his hands on that, and he deserves a portion of that, because if you're posting "Don't Stop Believing" on a shirt, Steve sang that song. He helped write the song. He made that popular. He's part of that, band that did that. Now, anything after the fact, maybe, if Journey continues and does some other kind of new merchandise, but the fact is that contract, like I said, we don't know everything about the contract, don't understand everything, but Steve, according to this contract and what the lawyers have stated, he's owed a portion from here on out until they change some paperwork, until something is changed. So apparently what's going on, and Neil has said recently that he got the trademark, him and his wife, and which is cool, a cool thing. And I think that it should be that way. But Steve's lawyers are on the lookout for things like that. And if you exclude Steve from this, that's not good, because he's part of it. So like I said, don't know Neil's intentions. I don't understand everything. I don't know the whole story. But the bottom line is, my view is everybody that had a part in the success of Journey, they deserve that. They deserve to be paid for it. And if it's not about money or anything like that, it should be about guys that came together. To me, the best band ever in the world came together, made some awesome songs, regardless of who's in the band anymore. You can never change that. That will never change, that those guys created the best music ever. So what does that say about the future? Timing is everything. I know Steve has been online saying there's some things going on. I know that Neil hinted about Steve maybe joining them for the 50th anniversary tour coming up next year, just a few months away. And then suddenly, boom, this has dropped on us, right? As the fans, the excitement, it's kind of dwindled down. Is the hope lost? Have we stopped believing? Is it time to stop believing? Because a lot of people, seems like they have. A lot of people think this is it. But I say, don't stop believing, and never say never. Because sometimes in order to fix things, you have to go through some hard times to straighten it out. To straighten out a mess, you got to get right in the middle of it and iron everything out. You got to get to the root of it. You got to figure out exactly what's going on, what the causes are. But the number one thing is, you got to figure out what's most important. And recently, when Neil was talking about Steve, he's talking to Steve again. To me, friendship is the number one important thing in this whole thing. Because if you take that out, it's just money. That's just something to think about. So will there be a future with Steve and Journey? I don't know, but I sure hope so. And I sure hope they iron everything out. But I'll never stop believing. God bless you.